لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.
Go ahead and get started. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam alayka ya Rasulullah. We begin by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most gracious and most merciful, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send his peace and blessing upon our noble Prophet Muhammad Mustafa sallallahu alayhi wasallam. My dear brothers and sisters, this is your brother Wajhiuddin from Ar-Rahman Guest and Travels. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Hope you and your family members are all doing well. It is great to see you all again on this another important session on the Nusuk Hajj journey for 2026. I hope to take you all forward. I once again welcome you all on this journey of the Nusuk 2026 registration process. Today's presentation in particular has been designed to be kind of a comprehensive guide for navigating the official Nusuk Hajj platform, focusing on the most critical step, which is part of our next step, as you have all gone through verification and things, is the activation of the eWallet, funding and payment methods inside of the eWallet. As I mentioned, Hajj, as it's a once in a lifetime journey, proper preparation is very essential. I want to make sure that you all understand that the Nusuk Hajj is the official platform for registration and including the payment for purchasing of the packages. Throughout, I want to make sure that I take you through step by step, ensuring that there is clarity and confidence that you can have in moving forward with today's session. Inshallah, we'll go into details as I get through the rest of the session. I will have a lot of time in the end for you to ask questions. Some of the questions may have answers in the upcoming slides. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to put it on the chat. I have my friends and colleagues and admins of our group also with us. They will be looking into it and then answering those questions. Once again, brothers and sisters, the importance of this session is, going after successfully registering on the Nusuk Hajj platform. It is the next steps that gets clear, and as you go into the selection of the categories of your preferred category and then going on to make the choices of your packages, it is important that you have the eWallet active. So we will go into details into the upcoming slides. I do want to take this opportunity also to introduce you all to Dur Hospitality Services. This is an authorized Hajj provider from Nusuk Hajj, and this is one of the only 12 that has been authorized. This is a Saudi-based service provider. We want to make sure today's presentation as well as the information that I'm going to be sharing is on behalf of Dur Hospitality Services. We are partnering with them, and inshallah the packages that are going to be available are going to be from Dur Hospitality Services. We do, however, provide support for people who may eventually go on to buy packages from other service providers, but we look forward for supporting you and providing you all the guidance that is needed for you to successfully purchase. But just want to make sure that we are introducing our partner Dur Hospitality, and this is a premium service provider from Saudi Arabia. All right, the purpose of today's session, I want to make sure that I lay down here, is to walk you through the next steps in the Hajj process using the official Nusuk platform. As you all know, Nusuk Hajj is the official digital platform managed by the Ministry of Hajj. It consolidates all the services from the 120 countries. As I mentioned before, this is a one-stop shop for everything related to the Hajj, from creating an account to selecting your package. There are about 10 steps to register for Hajj, and we will go through this. Our goal is to ensure everyone understands what happens after your application has been submitted, it's been verified, and what actions are required next. In the end, I will open, as I mentioned, forum for any questions and ask that you take down notes, any queries as the session progresses. Our support is available throughout the process. So I request that, if you have not done so far, join our WhatsApp group and stay connected, and it will help you to receive timely update. We also ask that, you subscribe to our YouTube channel, where we post our latest and greatest information with the recordings also of today's webinar as well. So let's dive into each of these topics as I have listed out. We will go through what is an e-wallet, understand what an e-wallet does and how the activation could be done. What are the ways of funding an e-wallet? What are the common issues people face in funding an e-wallet? And if you stay until the end, there are really, really useful tips for using of the e-wallet and funding. And I also want to share a very important update as it relates with the package sales. It is just coming hot out of the press an hour ago. I couldn't get more details, but we are trying to put together those details, and we will share that what is going to be our upcoming webinar topic, and also the question and answers for you. So stay on. Inshallah, we will be covering a lot of information in here that's going to be beneficial for you in preparation for the Hajj of 2026. If you are joining us for the first time, brothers and sisters, you can use Ar-Rahman Guest as a means of your journey for Hajj 2026. We are there to walk you through every step. We specialize in helping pilgrims navigate the official Hajj Nusuk platform with ease and confidence. Our support includes awareness and education. We help you understand the full Hajj process, key dates, what to expect, Nusuk account setup. If you have trouble getting your registration submitted, having your application verified, we will guide you through it all. A lot of people are still going through this process, so do not hesitate to reach out to us. We are here to offer that support step by step. We will explain each step of the Nusuk journey from initial steps to the end, where you will be issued the visa. We will guide you in package selection, help you in choosing the right package, exploring the different payment option. At the end, we will help you finalize your booking and also confirm and prepare you for the journey itself. Post the Hajj package sale, inshallah, we will be there to provide you the logistical information and also the Hajj rituals based out of our scholars and our guides, who are all students of knowledge, to guide you in the best ways that is based on the Quran and Sunnah, inshallah. Our approach, as I mentioned, is to ensure there is care and clarity, and culturally making sure that you understand the sacred journey is going to be smoother for you all, inshallah. If you have not joined it yet, brothers and sisters, there is this WhatsApp code on our screen. Please do take a minute to scan this one and join the WhatsApp group so that you are up to date on what's going on with the Hajj 2026 process. A quick update to you all. There has been a change in our QR code. If you have already joined this, you don't have to do anything. If you are not joined yet, I want you to take note of this important update for the joining of the WhatsApp group. Our old QR code is no longer valid, and this is for those who have not joined. If you have already joined, you don't have to take any action. Those who have been struggling to get on our WhatsApp group, the new QR code is this. We want to make sure that you take note of this one. If you have not done it yet, scan this now to stay updated. This is what we want you all to be on. This group has a lot of information that we will be sharing, and also we have a Q&A group where we ask members to post questions and we help answer those questions so that they are moving forward and getting clarity as to what their question is about. So if you have not done that, brothers and sisters, please take a note. Our old QR code of Hajj 2026 has expired and is no longer valid. Our new QR code is what is displayed on the screen. Please scan it for yourself and also for sharing it with your friends and family and other members in your community so that they can benefit also from this QR code. Just another alert for you all. As you have been seeing, there could be unsolicited calls or messages from scammers. We want to make sure that we caution you against providing any information or joining any of those groups. As you prepare for the Hajj journey, it is crucial for you to protect yourself from the scams and fraudulent activities that can jeopardize your entire journey and finances. Making sure that you recognize these scams, we warn each of you about these unsolicited calls or messages coming from individuals or groups claiming to be part of a Rahman guest or offering Hajj packages outside of the official Nusuk platform. I want to stress that the legitimate communication is only from the recognized channels and official contacts. We are an official partner for Dur Hospitality, and that's how we are actually going to be advertising ourselves. I want to make sure that I advise you all to be cautious about joining any unknown groups or sharing any personal information with anyone not officially affiliated with the Nusuk or its authorized service providers. Ar-Rahman Guest is one of those that is partnering with Dur Hospitality, which is actually an authorized service provider by Nusuk. We encourage that you report to us any suspicious contacts or any scam messages that you are getting onto you, so that we can take action against them. Want to make sure that we protect you all against any kind of unsolicited scams that can come your way. We want to also make sure that Ar-Rahman Guest or any of its representatives does not accept any money directly, and we also do not guarantee package selection or package purchase as a guarantee. Outside of the Nusuk platform, we don't guarantee anything. I want to make sure that I remind you all payments and package booking are only done through the official Nusuk Hajj platform. Ar-Rahman Guest does not in any way advertise or forward your messages unrelated to the Nusuk Hajj matters on our WhatsApp group or in anywhere else. We strictly maintain the group only for the Nusuk Hajj and Hajj related information only. We don't do any kind of messages outside of these topics. We also encourage that the members keep that in their mind when they use our WhatsApp group. Important again, once again, introducing you what Dur Hospitality Company is. Dur Hospitality is one of those only 12 authorized Nusuk service provider. Dur Hospitality has been in the industry for over 40 years of hospitality experience. They offer comprehensive Hajj and Umrah packages designed to meet the diverse needs of the pilgrims. The key services include visa processing, flight arrangements, accommodation options, quality catering, efficient transportation between the cities inside of the Saudi Arabia, knowledgeable mutawifs or guides 24/7. Dur Hospitality itself is a part of the Taiba investment brand. Dur Hospitality is known for its high standard vendor vetting and on-ground support during all the time in the Hajj days, and also if you are taking Umrah journey, consider Dur Hospitality. We are partnering with Dur. We have been proudly associated with them last year. We look forward for being part of that as well in 2026. All right, if you are planning once again for Hajj 2026, if you have not done any of these, please follow these 3 steps. Register with Ar-Rahman Guest so we know what your needs are, what your preferences are. Join our WhatsApp group, once again sharing this important update of our QR code changes. As the season gets started, we want to make sure that the Q&A session is open, and we will be answering questions in there. But most important, you got to register with the hajj.dusuk.sa. I believe by this time you all have done this, and you are actually now registered and are waiting either verification or have completed the verification. If you are looking for any assistance in this blessed journey, please reach out to us. Inshallah, we are there to help you and assist you in this Hajj of 2026 journey. As I mentioned, brothers and sisters, it is important once again to bring to your attention that the Nusuk Hajj is the official platform. Once again, I'm asking that you exercise caution and beware of people or groups trying to get you Hajj packages outside of the Nusuk Hajj platform. By this time, you must all have been familiar with what the 10 steps to register for Hajj is. However, for the benefit of those who don't know, I'm going to take you through those 10 steps. These 10 steps is designed to make the registration process straightforward and transparent for you all. Step number 1 is where you have created an account. I'm sure you would all have done by this time. If you have not done that, please join us and let us know. We can help you do this. You should have uploaded those documents that is needed, like your passport document, your personal photo, your residence ID where applicable. You should also have filled in the application with all the details. I'm not going to go into the details in here, but it should have all the contact details, background details, your health question, everything answered. It is important, brothers and sisters, that it matches the uploaded documents. Many of your applications can get rejected if the application details does not match the uploaded document. This particularly applies to the first name, your middle name, and the last name. Your first name should be in the first name, your middle name should be in the second name in the application fields, and the last name should be last name. If you have this issue where the application is getting multiple times rejected, please reach out to us so that we can help you quickly get through the verification process. By this time, most of you have started receiving the verification. If you have not received it, it is okay. The process is still going on. But if you have got multiple rejections because of things that you are unable to figure it out, it is time that you reach out to us, contact us, message me directly or my admins, so that we can help you get through the verification and move you to the next step where you can then be able to select the preferred category. Brothers and sisters, by this time you should have completed step 1 to 5. I want to make sure that you have completed 1 to 5. If you are still waiting on the step 4 and it is pending verification, it is okay, and there is still time. Do not panic, don't worry. We are there to make sure that you are getting verified much before the start of the package sale. If you are just getting started, it is the right time now. You got to start now to start creating an account, putting the documents, filling in the applications, and making sure that your application and your family members' application is under the verification status. If it is verified, Alhamdulillah, very good. Now you would have already completed the step number 5, which is the selection of the preferred category. Now, step number 6, which is what we are going to be spending much of our time today on, is going to be on the top up e-wallet, the e-wallet activation. We will talk about this in detail. As on today, this part is not active for you all. All of you are going to be waiting for this e-wallet to be enabled by the Nusuk people. At this time, I want you to prepare as to what you should be doing when the e-wallet becomes active, so that you can take necessary actions when it becomes active. You can join our WhatsApp group, subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive the latest updates on when the e-wallet becomes active and what you need to do once the e-wallet becomes active, and also watch this recording when it becomes available. So we go on to the step number 5, where you are able to browse the service providers. As on today, those service providers are available. You can always go and browse those. You can go into the details of each of the service providers. As we mentioned, Dur is one of those service providers that is officially authorized to only sell packages for Hajj 2026. It is only of the 12 people that is being authorized. You can see that. So step number 7, you can always do even today. Step number 8 is when the preferred packages become available. As on today, the preferred packages is not available for anybody. We have, Alhamdulillah, received a lot of information today in the morning. We would like to share this in the next week's webinar. So brothers and sisters, come over next week. Inshallah, join our WhatsApp group. We will be sharing. A lot of things have changed in the way the packages are going to be this year. So we want to prepare our group members as to what to expect in the packages and what they should be doing in preparation for the package sale, which is going to be the step number 9. And eventually the date and time will also be made known as to when the packages are going to go on sale. We think it is going to be sometime in end of Jan to the beginning of February. That's when we anticipate the package to go on sale, but just keep in mind the exact date and time will be made known to our group members, specifically those who have joined our WhatsApp group, and that's where we will be communicating. Finally, you will be able to get to the 10th step, which you have successfully bought the package, and you would be reviewing your itinerary based on the package that you have performed. Once again, Nusuk Hajj is the only official platform, and to avoid any scams or things, I ask that you stay with the Nusuk Hajj platform. Do not fall into any trap where people would promise you outside of the Nusuk Hajj to get you any packages. So brothers and sisters, wanted to quickly get you through the 10 steps, which is very crucial for you to understand as to how you will be proceeding forward. If you are at step number 6, that's where we will be spending our time on. And if you want to see what happens next and you are unable to join today, or scan the QR code on my screen, join the WhatsApp group. Once again, we will take you through and keep you updated on the steps of verification. Steps that you should have completed by now. Alhamdulillah, many of you should have completed all of the steps that I have listed above. Created an account on the hajj.nusuk.sa, uploaded all the documents, filled in the application and submitted it successfully, You should also have added your family members, your friends also, who you want to be going together, and completed their applications also. Your application status should be showing as application verified. Your family members' application status should also be showing as application verified. And also, you should have selected a preferred category. I expect that you all have completed all of these. Now, for some, there are people who have got their application submitted very recently as a few days ago, or maybe there are people who have submitted long ago, but still the verification has not got completed. But there are also people who have gone through multiple rejections. It is okay, brothers and sisters. All we want to make sure is you reach out to us for any kind of assistance and guidance. We want to make sure that you also get to the point where your application is verified for you and your family members. So don't worry, nothing to panic. We still have time. But for most, you should have completed all of this step before you go into the big step of the e-wallet activation, and that's where I will be spending much of my time on. So just so you all know, you still, if you have not done any of those above steps, please plan to complete this as soon as possible. And if you need any assistance, please reach out to us and we can help you with the above steps to get it quickly verified. Step number 4, as I mentioned from the 10 steps, is where you will check, and you can check this going into the Nusuk account by going into your account and seeing on your profile, which shows you your application has been verified. Either it is application verified, and if not, it should be showing as under verification. And for some people, it may also be rejected. So it is important that you go into your Nusuk account almost every day from now on to check what is happening. It could be some technical issue that could put you back into under verification. So I ask that you keep this as a tip from me, that you go on to look at your Nusuk account every day. For you and your family members, the application status should be application verified. That's what confirms that you have completed the step number 4. And this is where you also see for your family members, whether it is your wife, your husband, your son, your daughter, anybody who is accompanying you should also have his or her account verified. So brothers and sisters, that's step number 4. And also for people who have completed all the verification part, they should also have completed step number 5. So I expect you should have completed the selection of the preferred category. This is simply to help you narrow down your choices based on your preferences. I don't see this as an important step, but still you have to do this. And at the same time, it is important to note that this step does not lock you into any specific package. It has no impact on what you will ultimately purchase. It is just a way to organize your options and make the selection process simpler and easier later on. I don't see any benefit out of this, but you still have to do this one. So go ahead and then make the selection. So your step number 5 should also be completed. Given that, if you go into your account should look something like what you are seeing on my screen. You should be able to see a preferred category selected. You should see our activate digital wallet, which will have a disabled kind of thing that you won't be able to do anything on this screen, which is saying activate digital wallet. And if you see on the top, you will see step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 being ticked. And the 6 is where you are currently in, and that's where we will be spending much of our time, inshallah. So how do you deposit your funds into your digital wallet to prepare for booking your Hajj package? Brothers and sisters, Nusuk has what is called an e-wallet. Before I move on to the step number 6, at this stage, it is crucial for you to understand the digital wallet, also known as e-wallet on the Nusuk platform, which you will fund and use it for booking your Hajj package. E-wallet is a secure digital payment tool integrated with the Nusuk Hajj platform. All payments for Hajj packages must be made through this e-wallet only. Direct payments or alternate methods are not accepted. You can't send a check to Nusuk, you can't send a check to Dur, or you can't send a check to even a Rahman guest to get you a Hajj package. I want to state that the importance of depositing the funds also into your e-wallet is the only way for you to purchase the package when it becomes available through the Hajj Nusuk platform. and also that you need to have all the funds needed to purchase your package into your e-wallet. So brothers and sisters, just want to introduce you that e-wallet is the way to go, and that's all we will be jumping in, and we'll talk about how you can add funds to the e-wallet, what are the different payment methods, beginning with how you activate, what is the security ways of doing it, what is the refund policy of this one. We will jump into all the details in the upcoming slides. So we are talking about step 6. So we completed 5. So we are talking about step number 6. After you have selected the preferred category, the next step is the activation of your e-wallet. And here, once again, I'm taking you back to your dashboard. The dashboard is what is currently as it sees on my screen. You are still seeing this activate digital wallet with the disabled button which says activate digital wallet. You will activate this once it becomes enabled. We will notify when the e-wallet activation window opens. Until then, you won't be able to activate or fund your e-wallet. For time being, you just make sure that you understand the process. Once activated, the e-wallet basically allows you to move funds to your e-wallet. This e-wallet funding is what is going to be used exclusively for purchasing the Hajj packages through the Nusuk platform. So think e-wallet as your secure payment method within the Nusuk platform that you are going to be using for making the purchases of the Hajj platform. For now, remember this step comes later of activating because it's not enabled you for any one of you. You will receive clear instructions as to when the time comes to activate. But now I am taking you ahead actually to help you prepare as to when it becomes enabled and what steps you need to be taking. So stay connected with me for a little bit more so that you can learn as to what ways you can get your e-wallet activated. Now there is a thing that happens that you are not able to see. This is based on my past accounts that I have seen, and this is what happens. When you click on that gray button which is currently disabled, you will come to a pop-up window, something that you are like we are seeing on my screen. In this, you will click on the next button. This is only an informational window. Here you are just being provided with sample card for viewing, and it tells you how the card looks once your account is activated. But here the only thing that you can take action on is by clicking the next button that I have highlighted. Once you click on the next button, you will be seeing another pop-up which is going to come up with another informational window with another button which calls for action. And that call for action is nothing but on clicking of the activate now button. In this window, you are seeing two payment methods. That's the credit card and a bank transfer. This window is only informational. It is letting you know that when you activate your e-wallet, you have two payment method options, a credit card and a bank transfer. Go through it. It is good to understand. And then the only thing that you are going to be doing on this by taking an action is by clicking the activate now button. That is where you will click. And once you click on that button, there is going to be another screen that I'm going to take you into that is going to actually activate your e-wallet. At this point, your e-wallet is now active. So you have taken step to activate your e-wallet. Remember, once again, I said the e-wallet option is still not available, but I'm taking you ahead. Here, once after you click that activate now, as you saw in the previous screen, you will be taken to another screen, which is something like what you are seeing on my screen. You will find options to select the payment methods. One is a credit card, another is a bank transfer, another is a cash collection center. We will talk in detail about each of these payment methods in the upcoming slide. I want to make sure that the e-wallet supports funding through the credit card, Visa and the MasterCard, as well as the bank transfer. In addition, there is what is called as a cash collection center. That option was available. I hope that it's going to be also there, but it is not available for many countries, and I would not advise going that route. And we will go into the details into the upcoming slide. Just for now, understand this is going to be another pop-up window that you are going to see. When you go on to select one of them, let's say for example, I'm going to select the credit card and I'm going to go into the next screen. This is what you will see when you select the credit card. you will be prompted to enter an amount into your payment method screen. Here, I want you to pay attention. You selected the credit card, and here it is asking you to enter the amount. If you pay attention here, it is saying SAR. SAR is nothing but Saudi Arabian Riyal. So the amount that you are going to enter is going to be in Saudi Arabian Riyal. Now, to begin with, when the e-wallet becomes available, I'm going to ask you all to use exactly the same steps that I am taking by clicking the credit card and entering as little as a smaller amount of 10 riyal only, 10 Saudi riyal only, which may be equal to about less than 3 US dollars. And that's the amount that I'm going to ask you to enter. But at the same time, I also want you to pay attention to the below message. This one is a little outdated. It is currently about 2.3 processing fee will be deducted from your total refunded amount. So that is what I want you to read carefully, so you understand that when you ask for a refund, there is a 2.3 processing fee. We will talk in detail, but just so you know, you have to still agree. There is a checkbox that you need to check in and then enter the amount. After you do that, it is going to take you to the details screen. This is nothing but just like any other payment that you have used, online payments, where it is going to ask your name, it's going to ask your account number, it's going to ask you the address, the zip code, so that it matches the credit card information that you have on the file of the bank issuing. So that is what is going to be entered, and then the next thing that you are going to see is the credit card number screen. Here you are going to add in the credit card number, and then the expiry date, the credit card holder name, and the CVV, the 3 or 4 digit number as it relates with your card. So for now, understand that when you use these steps to fund your e-wallet, this is what you are going to be following, and I want you to take attention pay attention to how you are going to go through these steps. Let's say, for example, you have gone through and completed your process of entering. You will come to the main screen once again in here. Here you would see that your e-wallet is now active. That has become active by the active indication on my screen. There is an IBAN number that you will be seeing. This is unique for every pilgrim. The e-wallet also shows the value that you have on your account, and that's in Saudi Arabian Riyal once again. You can also view the details of all the transactions. We will go into this one. You will also have the top up of the e-wallet option. This option is currently not available for anyone, and we will take you into the details in the upcoming slide. For now, once you have activated, whether by adding in $10 Saudi Riyal and then come into this screen, you should be at that point. I want you to stop at this point and pause for a few minutes in here. I don't want you to proceed when the e-wallet becomes active to go beyond what I have already told you until a later point when I'm going to tell you what to do. However, I want you to be prepared with the payment options that is available apart from the credit card that I mentioned, and we will go through that in the next step. Once you have successfully activated your e-wallet, brothers and sisters, take a note of this, that you have completed step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's completion of the e-wallet activation. So this is once again an important step in the process of the Hajj 2026. And we will go into the details of each of these. Once you activate your e-wallet, you will be having options to use multiple cards. Using a Visa card with another person's name, using your other MasterCard that you have. In all the cases, you will be following just the same steps as you followed before. You can use multiple cards, and you can try all of the cards that you eventually want to use by funding little amount to the e-wallet, so you know that the card works. In that way, you are prepared when the final amount needs to be deposited using those cards, and you can keep them ready when the day comes for you to fully fund the e-wallet. So try out multiple cards. My advice to you is that you have this done as soon as the activation starts. Let's say, for example, the activation has already happened and you have already put in 10 Saudi Riyal. You want to try a Visa card with your name, another one with your wife, maybe another one with somebody else who is on the account, or maybe some other card that you hold from some other bank, so that you know that each of these cards were accepted and the transaction went through smoothly. There are chances, and it most likely will happen, that some of the cards will not be going through successfully, and we will go through that in the next coming slides. But at this point, just remember that you can try any card from any member. Doesn't have to be with the same person, doesn't have to be with the person who is actually having the account. You can borrow somebody's card and tell them that you are going to be using his card, and that you can do any kind of arrangements that you want to use the cards on funding the e-wallet. One thing that I want you to all note is the account admin is the only one who can fund for all the members of the family in that account. You can't have individual members go on to account. However, the family member or the main admin of the account can use the cards of the family members to fund the e-wallet. Eventually, it is one account, one e-wallet for all the members in the account, which is going to be used for purchasing of the packages. So just take a note of this one, that you can use other bank accounts as well as, other bank cards as well. That was option one. So I hope that it's all clear by this time that you can use a credit card or a debit card with multiple user accounts or multiple issuing banks for those cards. The other one is by means of using a bank transfer. You can transfer funds to the Nusuk e-wallet using your bank account, but it is a slower method, brothers and sisters. I want to caution you. It sometimes is very unclear as to how the transfer happens. It takes several days, sometimes 7 to 10 days in comparison to a credit or debit card. So requiring also that you have a IBAN, bank details from the Nusuk portal that you have to capture, that you are seeing on my screen, and entering that in an international bank transfer, like an account from Al Raji bank account, which is a Saudi Arabia bank holding. That all is a little unclear process for me. I personally don't advise this. However, just note that this is an option. What you will do is you will use your bank account, your clearing code that is there, your beneficiary bank account name, your bank account's address, all that based on what I have provided in here needs to be fed in, and then your bank account will be fed into the system. And once it goes through, it takes several days. It takes like 7 days and to 10 days. Sometimes there is processing fee, and it is very unclear as to what was the processing fee, what was the foreign exchange fee. All that has been unclear in the past. So my advice, brothers and sisters, is to avoid using this. But if it really needs to go through this one, then try it out. But my advice once again is, not to use this one, considering that it is very slow, considering there is hidden charges, considering that there is less of clarity on the use of the bank transfer. I'm going to give an alternate as to on the bank transfer method, but we'll take that in the upcoming slide. That is one option as well for the bank transfer. Now, the other one that we saw was the collection center. This option was available last year. This option is not available for many countries, and we don't advise using this option. I don't know how that works, and I don't know which cities has those, but I don't advise this one. Just so you know that this is an option there. If it becomes available in your country, maybe you want to take a look as to where it is. I have no idea as to how this works. I don't know how many people have actually used in the past. So stay with what I said, credit and debit cards. And if at all bank transfer is the only other option, then yes, you can use that bank transfer option as well. Brothers and sisters, as I mentioned, after you have activated your e-wallet, you will see that activated e-wallet. Once again, as I mentioned to you before, this will show your value of the holding on your e-wallet. with an IBAN number, which is a personal number for each of the pilgrims. I caution you once again, do not expose that number. People can misuse that one. You can view the details of all the transactions also by clicking on the eWallet, and you will see the option to top up, which is currently disabled for you all. But I want to take you as to when you click on the view eWallet, it's actually going to show you all the transactions, including the credit card transactions that took place, the debit card transactions that took place, the bank transfer that took place. However, that bank transfer can take a lot of days before it shows up on this transaction history. Eventually, it is going to show up. And all that you can see with the available balance, the transaction history details in here, with the options also to withdraw and also to do the top up from within this screen as well. Just so you know that this is going to become available once the eWallet becomes activated. Brothers and sisters, as on today, the top-up eWallet function is not available. It will be activated later, but just so you know that this function is not available. So if you try this is going to be for people who had an account before. In some way, they can see this option by clicking the top-up. And if you click on the top-up, you will going to kind of see this message which says the top-up the wallet has been stopped and will be activated later. So just be aware that this is still not active. And this is a complete picture of the steps that you should have completed by this time from your dashboard. If you go into your account every day, as you can see on my account, I can see my preferred package being done. Also, there's a notification center down here that you can see. In my case, I had activated, so you will see that is completed, because that's why it shows as active, and it will take me to all the way till the step 6, with the step 7 still being inactive for me. So just another way for you to verify as to where you stand in the entire Nusuk 10-step process. Before I go into any question and answer, which I'm going to, of course, open up, but I want to go through some of these frequently asked questions that many will have. What are the available methods? As we went through those, the available methods for topping up the wallet are, as I mentioned, the bank cards, Visa, MasterCard, and also bank transfers, and also the collection center method. Can I use multiple cards to fund my e-wallet? Yes, you can use any number of cards. Credit, debit card to fund your e-wallet. You are for your family members, from anybody of your friends, you can use the any number of cards. And as I mentioned, I want to make sure that you try multiple cards as well. That's a good thing. Can I purchase the package without topping up the e-wallet? No, brothers and sisters, you cannot purchase the packages without topping up the e-wallet, and we will go into the details. Topping up of the e-wallet is a must, and make sure that it has sufficient fund and you are making payment only through the e-wallet alone. If you have family members you were added, is the wallet shared among them? Brothers and sisters, no, there is no shared wallet concept here. Topping up the e-wallet and making the entire payment for the packages for you and their family members is the responsibility of the admin account holder, and that whole balance is actually linked to that one account and to all the members under that particular account. As a family member, do I need to top up the e-wallet for my family admin? No, you don't do that one. You don't actually go on to say, okay, I'm part of an account, can I do that on yourself? No, you don't do that. You will ask the family admin to top up on your behalf. If you are a group of friends doing it together, then that still becomes the responsibility of the family admin. As I mentioned, the total amount is all linked to the family admin or the admin of that group account in Nusuk. If you have balance in the e-wallet, can I join a family member in another account? Unfortunately, this is a case where many people have had in the past, where they had actually funded but decide to go and join another group to have better chances of buying a package. You can do that, but to do that you have to have you have to take refund all the money, delete and join another account, rather than, sorry, not delete, but rather have the family admin invite you, and then you join that particular account, so that you all can become part of one account. Few other questions. Can I refund a portion of my balance in the e-wallet? This is a refund policy. We will go about this in detail, but yes, the refund can be done, but not in portions. It's not possible for you to take some portion of the refund request can apply to the entire balance, and the amount will be refunded only through the same method in which it came through. It goes back to the credit card, it goes back to the bank transfer, whichever way you deposited that money, that's where it's going to go back. I'll go in details. However, I want to keep moving. For now, the refund part, I don't think we have to worry about it. Is it possible to request a refund for the balance in the e-wallet? Yes, you can request a refund of the wallet balance. But once again, as I mentioned, there is a refund policy. The refund terms will be displayed, and you have to read them carefully and approve them, that you will be losing about 2.3% of the transaction fee. We will talk about this as well in the upcoming slides. If you have a balance in my wallet, can I transfer it to another wallet? You cannot transfer an e-wallet balance from one wallet to the another wallet. You will have to do it to your accounts, and then maybe have to join them. And that's how you can fund the other account. In case of bank transfer, is the IBAN common across all the pilgrim accounts? As I mentioned, the IBAN number is actually unique to all pilgrims. So you will be having a unique IBAN number. Each account registered on the Nusuk has its own IBAN number. Upon activating your digital wallet, this is something that I want to bring to your notice about what happens if you ask for a refund. I want you to also review this one. There is a 2.3 processing fee plus a 15% VAT on the processing fee, which would take it to about 2.645. Just remember that there is this processing fee, brothers and sisters. Every single penny that you spend on the Hajj journey is going to be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For any cases, if you have to ask for a refund or withdrawal, even if that money is going to be gone through the processing fee, this is going to be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for whether you took the journey or you did not take the journey. Given that your intent was to go to Hajj, and for any reason, be it because of some other family reason, for other personal reason, that you were not able to go and had to request for a refund of the amount, bi'idhnillah, this is in the cause of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will be asked to pay a processing fee, and so be it. But just want to make sure that you take note of the processing fee that Nusuk charges. Okay, so let's go through some tips. I want to make sure that I give you all these tips. This is important. Again, take a note of these tips. This is going to be very handy for you in the use of the time and then a successful purchase of the packages. And that I begin by giving this tip. Number one is to check your banks on the foreign transaction fee and exchange rate offered. Before using a card for funding the e-wallet, check with your bank issuing card. The bank issuing your card on what kind of foreign transaction fees and exchange rate do they offer. Spend time on identifying the right cards which has less of processing fees. It is important for you to make sure that you don't spend a lot of money in giving out to processing fee by the banks, or offering you an exchange rate which is not as good as some other card issuers can be there. So that could have an impact on the total amount that you are going to be depositing. I advise that you contact your card issuing bank before making a transaction, and this is the right time now. Because the e-wallet is not active. Decide what card you are going to be using. Find out from the bank. Check with them. I'm about to make a transaction in the Saudi Arabian Riyal. What is your exchange rate? What is your international processing charges, transaction charges? Are there any other fees that is additionally charged going to be there? Are there any additional restrictions for international payments? And keep those cards ready. So now that you know that these are important things, I want to make sure that you keep it ready before that e-wallet activation happens. This can save you a lot of money, and this could be an important step that you want to take now before the activation of the e-wallet. All right, let's see what's the other one. Now, this is a most common issue that you will all have. When the transactions happen during the e-wallet funding, many times you will have your card being rejected. That is very normal. It is something that you will go through, because each time you try to make a transaction, Nusuk platform needs the banks to perform some additional authorization, and that is for your safety, and this is good. But you need to be aware, why did it get blocked, why did it get rejected? Because Nusuk is asking the issuing bank, like let's say the Visa, or in this case some Bank of America or Bank of England, to do some additional authorization. They are flagged by Nusuk itself to not to accept the transactions. They are asking the bank to verify with the customer that they are trying to make these transactions. So what will you do? You have to make a call to the customer support on the back of your card, or it will sometimes list on the screen itself to call the number of your bank. And in some cases, like in example, Bank of America that I know of, is going to show you this number that you need to call and let them know that you are about to make an international transaction. And that could save you a lot of anxiety and time in wondering as to why your payment is not going through and leading into your card being locked. So what you need to be aware of is, when you are about to make a transaction, contact the bank telling them I'm about to make a transaction to an international merchant, and that is going to be Nusuk Hajj, and this is what is going to be the amount, and tell them to unflag the account so that the transaction goes through. Sometimes the customer care representatives stays with you online while you are doing the transactions, and you are making sure that the transaction went through with the customer representative. And as soon as the transaction has gone through successfully, you can see the amount reflected in your e-wallet. Now, for some reason, if it gets rejected, you are still with the customer representative. You can ask, you tell them that, hey, the transactions did not go through. What happened? And the customer representative will be able to see where it got blocked and why it got blocked and be able to help you with unblocking and ensuring that the transaction goes through. If you still encounter any of these brothers and sisters, just ping me, message me so that I can help you out in getting your transactions. This is going to happen. I'm repeating one more time. Don't be surprised that this is not going to happen. This is going to bound to happen, and you got to be prepared for this one. I want to make sure that you go in with this information handy when the funding of the e-wallet comes into play. And this is about, when do I fund? What is the right time for me to fund my e-wallet? Now, you may be wondering why I'm asking it to be delayed 10 days before the sale happens. Now, there's a reason why I'm saying this. Nusuk generally does not charge that processing fee that I was talking about if it was deposited within the last 15 days before you ask for a refund. Let's say, for example, if we had funded about 5 days ago, and now the package sale happened, and then you and were unsuccessful in buying the package. If you ask for a refund within that 15-day period, you would not be charged for the processing fee. You see, so you would have avoided that extra 2.65% processing fee, otherwise which you'd have lost if you had funded it about 15 days ago. So that's why I'm asking you to just delay it. It does not mean that you should not be prepared. It definitely means that you should be prepared. And before going into the sale, you should be ready with the full amount needed for the purchase of the package on before the sale date. That means you have the money ready in, whether it's a bank or the credit cards that you are going to be using with the enough funding. Brother, if you are talking on the phone, if you want to go on mute. If you are on phone, brothers and sisters, you can mute. Jazakallah. So the brothers and sisters, it's important that you note that you have to be ready with the full amount before the sale of the package. However, just in closer enough before the sale, and we will tell you as to when the sale happens so that you are well prepared going into the sale of the packages. All right. So as I mentioned, the e-wallet should be fully funded. This is important. You should have sufficient funds in your e-wallet to purchase the package of your choice. The funds should cover for both you and your family members. We advise keeping a little more money in the package in your e-wallet than the package price. Let's say, for example, your package price is about 30,000 Saudi Riyal, right? So you want to fund maybe 35,000 Saudi Riyal. And now, why am I saying this? Just in case you don't get this package, you will have another choice that you will keep in your mind to buy as soon as you are unable to buy the package, so that that other package that could be costing like 34,000, you should be able to quickly add to the cart and make that purchase. That is why I ask you to keep little more, or at least sufficient money to cover your alternate package that you have in mind. Brothers and sisters, all packages have a limited amount of quantity. It is not unlimited, so you got to be prepared to have another alternate package just in case you don't end up buying that particular package. So that's why I advise that you have little bit more money. However, the package should be fully funded before the sale date. You can say, okay, I'm going to fund some more while I'm buying the package. Time is very crucial. Within minutes and hour, within an hour, all the quota could have been exhausted, all the packages could have been sold. So that's why it is important that you keep this another tip in your mind. All right, how do I top up my e-wallet? Now, again, another tip that I want to give is consider adding funds to your e-wallet in small batches and multiple transactions. Don't fund it with, let's say, for example, all 30,000 in one go. Now, many times what happens is people would have tried funding it in one go, had encountered issues with either the bank getting blocked or something else going wrong where you're not seeing the full amount, something with the software that could have led to the complete amount not showing up. So what I would advise is use batch wise smaller transactions so that you can see them going successfully, and you can use any number of cards and with different names, different issuing banks. That way you are continuously seeing each of the transactions going successfully and each of them actually adding up to the previous transactions that you had done. And that way you are also confident and at the same time transparent to see those sufficient the funds are actually all getting added up to your e-wallet. And I want to make sure that you take a note of this as well. You can, as I said, you can use many credit cards, as many as you want, even with different names coming from different issuing bank. But this is another tip that I want to make sure that you consider. Top up e-wallet in small amounts, in small batches. Once again, as I said, do not pay all at once. Don't do this one. And if it has to be done for some other reason, I would say play it safe. Let's try to discuss that and see why it needs to be done all at once. Many people, as I said, made that mistake this year in 2025 by paying like 10,000, 20,000 above euros or Saudi riyals, and the money never showed up on the Nusuk, and it was caught up in somewhere in between because of some authorization and whatnot, leading them to be panicked in that case. So just take this as a note, as a tip, not to fund your e-wallet in one go, rather doing it in small batches and small amounts. Avoid using the bank transfer to the e-wallet. I think I mentioned this one. Yes, bank transfer is an option, but I do not recommend using the traditional banks since they charge additional money, additional fees. Their foreign transaction rate is actually going to be much more higher as compared to the others. You don't get a better rate than what the other banks or other forms of payment offer. So check the conditions of your traditional bank since the payments are actually going to be made in Saudi Arabian Riyal, and it takes 7 to 10 days to transfer. So you may be wondering where the transaction is. Nusuk support you won't be able to provide you any insight. Neither will the bank be able to provide the insight because it goes through some clearing agencies, clearing banks, and all that is something which is not going to be transparent for you. So brothers and sisters, avoid using the bank transfer, the traditional bank transfer, to top up your e-wallet. This is once again another tip that I want you to keep in mind when you are about to make your funding to the e-wallet. However, there are options that are there. I advise like using an online banks instead of the traditional bank. These online banks typically offer you higher interest, higher not interest rate, rather probably the transactions, foreign transactions, lower transaction fees, but also lower fees due to their lower overhead. So avoid any fees. We recommend to avoid any fees. We recommend using these online banks. Like in Europe, you especially have this in France, where Borosorama, Fortuno. Then there is also Revolt. These are some of the online banks, and I have seen many people use this. However, I also have seen some issues with the Revolt online bank, but they actually offer you good foreign exchange rate, but also offer you lower processing fee. So in case you cannot use the credit card or the bank transfers, online bank is an option. Some of those that is what I know about. I have not used them personally, but I know them. People have used it and they have told me that yeah, this works good for them. So something to consider, brothers and sisters. Another option that you can use for the funding of your e-wallets. And once again, just want to make sure that I caution you, making sure that all your payments are only done through the Nusuk Hajj. Don't expect any other agent, any other middleman to make payments for you. The only way you can do it is through the e-wallet. I want to make sure that you are making note of the e-wallet is only done through the Nusuk Hajj platform. Quickly going through, brothers and sisters, here's our timeline. Here's what we anticipate. As on today, we are in the first week of December. Many of you have completed verification step 4 and step 5. We expect the top-up e-wallet to be opening up sometime next week to maybe the following week. But just so be patient, nothing to worry about this point. People who have still not registered, you still have time. You can still register. The people who are waiting for verification, don't worry, you will be verified inshallah soon. If it is stuck with multiple rejections, please reach out to me, email me, ping me on my WhatsApp, so we will be able to help you out. We have contacts with the Nusuk team. We can get you that information. And you should have completed the preferred category selection. You should also have completed using the browsing the service providers. We expect the sale of the packages to happen at the beginning of Feb or end of Jan. Between that time is where we expect these packages to go on sale. Just be staying updated with our WhatsApp group, and we will update you as to when the actual time is. There has been changes in the packages formation, how it is been going to be sold this year. So come back again next week, inshallah. We will share those details. We just got those information today. We are trying to put together all the information so that it can help you all be prepared. Just so be aware that the package sale will likely be completed even before the beginning of Ramadan. But so be prepared with funding needed to top up your e-wallet and all that before that, and we will guide you to choose the package of your choice based on your needs, financial needs, budget, and all that will be considered. We will have groups formed sometime after Ramadan. We will have Hajj seminars. Inshallah, if we all going to make it by will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we will be taking flights to Saudi Arabia in the 1st of Dhul Hajj, which is likely going to be 15th to 18th of May 2026. Bismillah, inshallah. I'm going to open the forum now for any questions. I know I went through a lot of information. Before I go on to share some more details of what the upcoming webinar is, let's go ahead and open the forum. And all right, if not, I have some very important update. Now, this is hot out of the press on the upcoming webinar that we have. There is some important updates on the Nusuk package changes that we want to bring in. It's very different than what it was before, and this is important step that I want you to all attend, or rather the webinar to attend. We just got this information today in the morning. We are trying to gather all the information, put together the content for you to be prepared, so that when you come in next week, inshallah, we will have more details to share. There is changes from the Ministry of Hajj and Umrah for how the packages is going to be sold this year. what you need to know, and those are all the information that we will be sharing, inshallah, in the next webinar. And also we will continue with the other information as it relates. All these, as I mentioned, will the packages are still going to be part of these packages, which includes the the hotel accommodation in Mecca and Mina, Mecca and Medina, Mina camps in Muasim al Majar al Khabs, flight tickets from major gateways around the world, visa processing and issuance, half board meals and in Medina and Mecca, full board meals while you are in Mina camps, ground transportations between the cities, ziyarah tours in Medina, and also included is going to be medical insurance. Don't go with the prices here. This is just to give you some idea about what the prices looks like, but there is three different categories that you need to be aware of. That's a standard, premium, and luxury, and those will still be there in this year. However, there is some changes that I want to make sure that I go over that next week. This could change again, just to give you some understanding. This is how a package could look like, with some details for you to review when the packages become available. This is just to prepare you as to what it means when you see the packages. You can see what hotels are there, one is the start date, one is the end date, what is the Mina camp that you will be going into, what kind of transportations are there, what kind of flights are there. All that is going to be visible inside of the Nusuk itself before you make a choice and then put that in your card. For further communication, brothers and sisters, if you have any question about the registration, if you need to contact us, me and my support team is always available here. As I mentioned, me being the group leader, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But we also have Sister Atika and Adnan from Netherlands and Europe side. They are also trying to help us with, assist us with the groups. And there is also our WhatsApp group that you need to join, and then also YouTube channel that you can subscribe to keep yourself updated and go back to refer to our recordings from the previous webinars as well. Brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khair for joining today. I look forward for seeing you, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Inshallah, we are there to help you and assist you. Once again, the QR code for the WhatsApp group is listed out here, and we are proud to be partnering with Tour Hospitality Company. If there are no other questions, brothers and sisters, I come to the conclusion of today's webinar. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك.